And they're saying, well, here's this other woman coming along. She's going to take my spot. She's going to this and that. All of that vicious, toxic environment. And why this is happening is because that is the world has created this competition thing where we have to be competitive with one another. We have to be competitive with one another. So this is where comparing comes from, the C. So the challenge, another C, the challenge is you're competing and then you're comparing. But let's switch that. Let us start being captivated by our own selves and what God put in us, and cherish what God put in us so we can choose to do the right things. You see how I flipped those 3 C's? So those first C's were challenge, right? Competition, and comparing. And I said those 3 negative C's, we're going to flip that to 3 positive C's, which are what? Let's be captivated with our own selves. Let's cherish who we are, right? And let's be, and oh God, I forgot the 3rd C. But the point is that let's split the negativity. You got the power, queen. You have the power. I'm going to give you another C, courageous. Okay. That just came to mind. Confident. I haven't got the other one, but that's okay. We're going to roll with it. You be courageous and confident. So you be captivated what God put in you. You need to be cherished what God put in you. You need to be confident what God put in you. And you need to have, well, first of all, do not compare, because comparing is just the worst. But you need to be courageous in doing so. You flip it. You have the pen, queen. You. Don't give someone else the power to say, this is your story. This is your life. This is how it's going to be. No. Please fight against that. Episode of Powerfully Her, we're going to talk about comparison and why comparison happens and why we feel that way and how we can fix it. Because at Powerfully Her, we're about empowering you as a powerful woman and to give you the steps so you can have an incredible life that you deserve. I'm so glad you're here. It is amazing. It is humbling. It is a dream come true. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. And I hope, I always ask, I hope you're doing well. And so let's get into it. All right, my watch is all clanking. So in this episode, we are talking about comparison, and it's episode 35. Episode 35. I know. Wild. So exciting though, right? Yee. Okay. So comparison, let's get into it. You like Nadira, start the content. You're right. So comparison. Why do we compare? Why as people and why as women? Why do we compare? Well, the reason why we compare is because we have eyes to see and we're visual people. And when you're a visual person, you're just going to look around. You're always constantly looking. And we compare is because inside of us, we don't feel at peace. We don't feel content. That's the true reason why we're comparing. Because when you're comparing, you don't feel that what you have is good enough. That's why you're comparing. You're comparing because you have doubts about what you have or what you're going through. You're comparing because you feel insecure in what you have and what you're going through. You compare because you are not at peace with what you have or what you're going through. And you compare because deep down, whatever it is that you have, it might not be the best, or you're not stepping into gratitude. That could be another thing, because sometimes we don't see our blessings, right? That could be. But for the most part, it's because we don't have peace. We don't feel good enough. We don't feel that what we have is the best. And we know there's more out there, which there is. So the true reason why the comparison is happening is because insecurities. We don't feel good of where we are. Kind of feel like I put too much lip gloss on. Ooh. Okay, listen, y'all. So, side note, my daughter, 10 years old, loves makeup like most girls do. And so my sister is a fabulous makeup artist. Her name is Nadira Baye. Please look her up. She is on all social media. She is the best makeup artist in the world. I kid you not. The best. And listen, y'all, I got a team. My husband is my producer. He's the one that supports everything. He's the one that makes this come to life. He's the man behind the brand. I'm the woman in front of the brand. We are both the brand together. And then when it comes to my makeup, my sister is my makeup artist and she is the best. And you can book her. She is wonderful. And look, Powerfully Her, we empower other women, right? My sister, Aaliyah Baye, A-L-I-A, last name B-A-Y-E, like me. And you can find her. She's amazing. She's wonderful. She's a queen. She's Powerfully Her. So yes, if you want to get glands up and you have some of this, she's your coach. She's the one that could take you there. She's your artist. So yeah. So yes, so that's another thing. So you feeling insecure in who you are and why you feel the way you do. But that can change. That can 100% change. But it starts with you, queens. It starts with you. And you know that. By now you know that it starts with you. You know how we roll here. And it's so important you understand, please understand your value or why you have what you have. I don't ever want you to think that what you have isn't good enough and that more importantly, you're not good enough, because that's not true. It's not true. It's not. It's not. And this is why we got to dismantle these things. I'm about shaking up things that aren't right, breaking it up, because it's not good. Okay. So when it comes to that, that's what that is. That's why you're comparing. And I will say the one thing about social media is we have more media than we've ever had in our lifetime at all. I'm so sorry. my mind is, I didn't finish the story with my daughter. So that's how I led into the makeup with my sister. So my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter, my baby, my Lena, she absolutely loves makeup. And my makeup got messed up. So I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do? My sister's not here to fix it. And my daughter's like, Ma, just blend it in with your finger. I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, I do that all the time. She's 10, y'all. 10. Okay. I do that all the time. So we let her play with her makeup. Of course, she takes it very seriously. She loves makeup. So that's the point I'm saying. And we're empowering her, right? So that was the point I was making. My makeup got messed up, things like that. And that's what we go through as women, right? But we still got to roll with the punches, right? So that's how I ended up segueing with my sister. But going back to that, looking your best and being your best and feeling your best, when you're on social media, we don't feel that way. We don't feel that way. Tell me, if you're feeling down and you got some heavy stuff going on, because I know I've done it. We're human, right? We're going to be honest here, right? This is about honesty. Honest circle, right? You're not feeling good. What do? Put a movie on, eat something that makes you feel better, go on social media so you can laugh. But then you might see some posts where people are living this life that they claim they have, or maybe they really do have. You're seeing something. Then you see a bunch of women and their bodies are snatched and looking a certain way, and you start feeling worse. You're like, look at my life. Look at her body. Look how she looks. Look what she's driving. And then the comparison starts. So you went in initially, I just want to ignore my problems. I'm going to ignore what I'm going through. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. Go on social media to feel good, watch the things you want to watch. But all that flipping, boop, boop, boop. You're going to stumble on something that's going to make you feel terrible. And it's most likely it's another woman that looks a certain way who's listen, she's no better than you. She's no more prettier than you. She's none of those things. All she's doing is just putting herself out there. And there's no shade to those women. More power to them. I love it. Be who you are. Being your womanness. Being your natural. I love it. But there's nothing that another woman has that's taken away from you. But because you feel insecure and because you don't feel good about you, you're already feeling like, dang, I suck. Dang, she has this. Dang, she has that. Dang, dang, dang. Not knowing her story, not knowing what she's been through. Maybe she's had a rough past. Maybe she hasn't. But the point is, what you're seeing is that she has something that visually you believe that you don't have, when that's not true. And the comparison starts coming in, right? So either you stay on social media and watch something else that makes you feel better, or you go on to something else, somewhere else, to get into escapism. And I know, because that's a real thing. I told you, queens, I don't like dealing with things. I don't like dealing with pretend. Like, let's deal with reality. Let's deal with what's going on. And it could hurt. It could hurt a lot. And in this day and age, everywhere you go, it's all these things. And I talk about the evil beauty standards. I'm not on makeup. Oh God, what's his name? Oh my God, I was talking to my sisters about it. I forget his name. There was some makeup artist who's taken from Black women, and he's not Black, but he's taking from Black women and rebranding their items and things like that. Disgusting, gross person, right? But what I'm saying is that here's the opportunity for women, and Black women in particular, dark-skinned Black women that don't feel good about themselves, to be able to be in an industry that closes doors, ignores us, to say, we have other Black women like, I love makeup too. I want to feel beautiful. I want other women to feel beautiful. They're in their prime. They're in their essence. They're in their gifts, their God-given gifts. And then someone comes and takes them. Or you feeling good, you have your makeup, you have this and that, but then you're comparing yourself to the next woman. All of these things, these boundaries, these things that are being put up against us as women, which I get. So then you're comparing. Or maybe you're around other women that feel that they're not, the support is not there. Like when I spoke about the toxic work environments, not all women. That's why I preface having really great woman leaders, the best that I've had. I've always had the best women leaders. But then you have some people that are very insecure because they're comparing and they're saying, well, here's this other woman coming along. She's going to take my spot. She's going to this and that. All of that vicious, toxic environment. And why this is happening is because that is the world has created this competition thing where we have to be competitive with one another. We have to be competitive with one another. So this is where comparing comes from, the C. So the challenge, another C, the challenge is you're competing and then you're comparing. But let's switch that. Let us start being captivated by our own selves and what God put in us, and cherish what God put in us so we can choose to do the right things. You see how I flipped those 3 C's? So those first C's were challenge, right? Competition, and comparing. And I said those 3 negative C's, we're going to flip that to 3 positive C's, which are what? Let's be captivated with our own selves. Let's cherish who we are, right? And let's be, and oh God, I forgot the 3rd C. But the point is that let's split the negativity. You got the power, queen. You have the power. I'm going to give you another C, courageous. Okay. That just came to mind. Confident. I haven't got the other one, but that's okay. We're going to roll with it. You be courageous and confident. So you be captivated what God put in you. You need to be cherished what God put in you. You need to be confident what God put in you. And you need to have, well, first of all, do not compare, because comparing is just the worst. But you need to be courageous in doing so. You flip it. You have the pen, queen. You. Don't give someone else the power to say, this is your story. This is your life. This is how it's going to be. No. Please fight against that. Especially my 44 years of age, I am so against control in every facet. I am against it. I don't like people controlling other people. I don't like anyone telling someone how things need to be. I don't like when people like to operate as God. I don't like when people think they're better than other people or entitled and arrogant. Clearly, this is why this podcast is called Powerfully Her, because God created you in his essence, and therefore you need to know who you are. You have to know who you are. And it's getting harder because we're allowing it to be harder. We're allowing it. When you're on social media, you have the choice to subscribe to things that you want to see. Take the power back. If you're seeing things that you don't like, you need to say, you know what? God, what do I need to do? What do I need to work on? What do I need to work on? And I'm gonna give you some takeaway. But you got to work on you, queen. Because remember the other video I spoke about, be so self-absorbed, not in a conceited way, but work on you so much. Always. Self-improvement always said you don't have time to focus on what other people are doing. There's no time to compare anybody because you want your business. You want your grind. I'm not on, they'll be like, oh, did you hear about it? That's cool. That's cool for her. But I got to do what I got to do. And you see how you're switching it? You're not even saying anything negative. Even if that person is at a level that you want to be on, you were still showing love. You're like, that's good for her. That's great. I saw a video of someone today that I particularly do not like. And I don't like this person because this person is actually not a nice person. Someone close to the family. I do not like this person at all. This person's doing really well. I like that person's video. I'm not even going to going deeper to who this person is, but I'm not fond of this person. This person knows why. They have not been good to my family, manipulator, things like that. I don't like this person, but this person's doing well. I saw the video. I liked it and kept it moving. I didn't comment. I controlled the thoughts. God, please help me. Controlled the thoughts. I'm like, oh, this person thinks they're better. Liked it, kept it moving. Because what this person has, first of all, that's their business and it's not taken away from me. And what I have is not taken away from that person. So I'm leading. I want to lead with positivity. Do you. Do you. I hope you do well. Do you. Stay in your lane. That's great. But we have to decide. That's it came back, choice. It came back. Makeup things not happen again. Choice. The choices we make, which are ultimately the decisions, because there's a difference. A choice is the option. I have the option to do this. But when you make a decision, which I got from Myron Golden, which I absolutely love that he said that, definitely my guy. When he said to decide is to remove all possibilities, to remove like, no, this is what's going to be. I've decided I'm doing this. And this is what you need to do, Queen. You need to decide. I'm not going to make myself susceptible to negativity or anything that's going to bring me down. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. If I don't want to be around this person, I don't want to be around people that make me feel like crap, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to explain myself. I need to stop comparing. We compare a lot. We compare how much this person is making, how much if this person's married or not, what their living situation looks like, what this and that. No. And that's because we've allowed it. Like when you go in social circles, what do you see when people say, or when in movies, what do you see people say? Oh, what do you do? Where do you live? You need to say, none of your business. Or I'm doing well. If you don't feel comfortable saying that, that's fine too. You need to be at peace with what you say and what you think. But stop giving people the power. They'll be like, oh, so what do you do? I'm alive and well on earth. And they're not going to know what to do with that. They're like, what, excuse me? What do you do? Why? What do I do? Does that add any value to my worth? See, and that's how people start to measure us. Don't give people the ruler, or don't give people the measuring tape to measure you. Never, never. So big takeaway today, do not give people the ruler or the measuring tape to decide your life. Do not give people the measuring tape, and do not give people the pen to write your story, Queen. Do not do it. That's the two things you need to work on. Because you need to stop doing those things. And then the third and most important piece is, what do you want? What level do you want to be on? How are you evolving? That's what you got to think about, Queen. Because this is your life, yours, and it's supposed to be a beautiful life. God made no mistakes when he made you, so we need to start showing up and acting like it, right? Like seriously, we got to stop playing games. Stop playing games, Queen. Stop. So we're going to remove all that. And comparison, it can happen. And you're human. I'm not going to say you're going to come to a point where like, I've stopped comparing. It's a natural thought. It can happen. But shake it off with gratitude. Shake it. No, wait a minute. Whoa. I'm like, oh, they have. You're like, hold up. Let me say, like, I woke up today. I'm good. Okay. Good for them. Keep it moving. And it feels better. You feel better. I felt better when I did that. Story time, right? I felt better. Because that's true. What I'm telling you was true. That actually happened today. And I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. Trying. And well, listen, we're a work in progress. Trying. Me a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have went in on that person. But what is that doing for me? That person is who they are. I am who I am. I need to work on me. Another thing is from childhood, let me make sure. From childhood, that's another thing that happens. I remember being a kid, story time again. I remember having this project to do. I don't know if I spoke about this before, but I had this project and it was for us to do, my son just came in the room. I'm so sorry. Babies, I'm recording, babies. No, I'm recording. No, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Okay. I'm sorry, 1 second. No, out, guys. Hi. No, babies. Yes, they do. I love you, Gummy. Love you. Yes. Love you guys. Love you. Bye. Take a real life. So I had this project, and this is, you know how we all have to do like the solar system, and I had to do this. I don't know why the spider was incorporated in it. And I remember it was like this blue clay. My parents worked really hard with me, and we had the black little antlers on it. And I came in. This was like 4th grade, and I remember coming in, and I seeing 3rd or 4th grade, right? And I see the other students, and theirs looked incredible. Whatever they created, the planets and everything, or whatever I did, I didn't feel mine was good enough. I brought mine to class, but when I saw everyone else's, I was like, no, nope. And I never presented her project, so I actually ended up failing that one. I just didn't bring it in. I didn't even tell my parents about it, and my parents, when they found out, I hid it in the closet. And the teacher was like, yeah, Nadira never brought on her project. And my parents were like, yeah, we know. We're so devastated. And they were like, Nadira doesn't believe in herself a lot, and this and that. I'm definitely not the person I am today. And it was hard. It was hard. And that's why it's so important to pour into kids too. We got to start from young, because my parents definitely did pour into me. But this is the reason why it's important to, at the end of the day, the choice is yours. Because as much love I had and much support, abundantly, or just a lot, or overflow of love and support from my parents, my parents, we fight each other's battles. Like, that's how we roll as a family. I didn't see it that way. I didn't believe that about me. And it didn't take until, I think, when I was about 19, 18, usually that's prom years when you start feeling yourself. But that was kind of the age where I was just like, all right, maybe I am cute. Maybe I'm pretty, things like that. Like, the confidence starting to build up. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, it's up to you. So you can be in a loving environment. You can have the support. But if you don't truly believe what God sees in you and why he created you, it's not going to work. And that's why it's so detrimental for you to give the power to other people. Remember, give your keys away. That's another thing. Give your keys to your heart away, and give people the power to measure you, or give them to write your story. That's why it becomes easy, because you deep down don't believe it. So it's just like, oh, okay, you can have it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right. No, they're not right. No, they're not right. So it starts with us. It starts with you, Queen. It has to be you. It has to be you. It has to be you. And I have so many other stories, but in time. But I want you to remember that, Queen. We got to stop comparing everything. No matter what it is, stop comparing. Oh, they have a better car than me. And stop. Like the time I told you about the time with my Corolla. Remember when I first got my Corolla? I didn't think my car was good. And the woman that was braiding my hair, beautiful sister, braided my hair, she got my car. She was like, your car is so beautiful. Here I'm thinking, dang, I ain't got no roll down windows. I didn't get the Mitsubishi that was popping that year, because that was 2004. Everyone had the Mitsubishi, because we're in early 20s. That's the car that was popping, or a Honda Civic. But I had the Toyota Corolla, and it had the roll down windows. Everybody was brand new, but I was still thinking my car was whack compared to other people, until God showed me there was another sister that doesn't have a car. This woman didn't have a car. I'm giving her a ride home, and she's like, wow, your car is so beautiful. And I needed perspective. And sometimes we need that too, Queens. We need perspective to see how great we actually do have it, how good we do have it. So we're basically comparing when God was like, wait a minute, I gave you gold. I gave you gold. But what happens is you looking over there instead of looking in here. And remember, there are two worlds. You're looking at the window, you're looking at everybody else, but you're not noticing that reflection is you. And if you pay attention, you have to pay real close attention that reflection in that mirror is you. So it's very clear to see everyone outside the window, like, wow, look at them, look what they're doing. But if you look very closely, you were staring back at you. All the mannerisms and everything, that's you. Real action, live. So God is saying, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because truth be told, you woke up. So that's that one. That's blessing number one. Blessing number one. And I have to remember that too, Queens. I have to remember that. We all need perspective. There's a difference between perspective and perception. Perspective is the truth of what something is. The perception is how you think it is. So perspective is knowing that God created you in his essence, and you were created from greatness, and greatness lives in you. Your perception is, I was born. I'm here. I'm surviving. What? No, your perception is off. And this is why we got to get aligned with the things that God wants for us. And we have to create a world that helps, and cultivate a world that all that pumps out is nothing but positivity, and in working on ourselves to become better, Queens. Okay, please do that. Because you know what? Your life, you're meant for the best. And that has to be you, Queen. So you got to stop comparing. We got to stop comparing everything. No, the enemy doesn't want you to win. Just know that for a fact. The devil doesn't want you to win. That's a fact. But when you got God with you, you are always winning. And I'm going to leave it at that. Always remember that. And I will say it again for the people in the back. The devil always is going to be on your back. He never wants you to win. I'm going through something right now, and it is extremely hard. But I have to remember, when you're with God, you don't ever lose. You're always winning. Always. And it will work out, Queen. It will. So just remember that you are powerfully her. You are her. You are her. You are powerfully her. See that fist? Remember I said about the fists? Remember? Stronger together? You are powerfully her. You were much more powerful than you know. And the greatness really does live inside you. And you come from greatness. Okay? And we got to keep forward, forever forward. No matter how many doors that it feels as closing in on us, it is up to us to praise God and ask for the right key so he can open the golden doors that are supposed to be open for us. So we stop comparing and we have the life that is destined for us. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.